Night. I hope you had a great week. It is so nice to have Friday nights. I love them. I love them. Alright, so let's get on over here. I think I'm good to go. And 5 seconds, 15 seconds. I can't read, guys. Can't read. My allergies have been so bad. I think it's the California wildfires. They've got my face all swollen, my neck all swollen. Alright, so tonight's second flight path. We're coming in from the central north, right over the Oasis, coming down between Crater Fields, Water Treatment, El Pozo, San Martin, Monte Nuevo. We got Power Grid, Ladrilla, Chumacera over the top of Valle del Mar and dumping off at Minas del Sur. So there is your flight path. We already have a drop down here by prison. I don't know if you see that or not. Kind of early for the drop in my opinion, but you never know. And it does look like we've got several teams jumping off way at the north. We already have the Sentinels headed over to Torremunda. Looks like the curry lovers may have decided to head straight on down to the Oasis, get looted up. The only thing I don't like about the Oasis personally are trying to find a vehicle. The vehicle spawns up by the Oasis are pretty difficult. Most of the time you can't get one until you get down to that intersection over the top of that hill. It looks like we've got 2 teams headed to La Cabarilla, though. We do have Team 20 next fall right there along with Team 8, which are the Larry Fan Club. Dauntless over in El Pozo with almost there. It looks like most almost there going to that western edge. We do have quite the cluster for the Golden Fire, and straight out of Nepal looks like they're all headed over towards that Chumacera Church, Leones. So let's get on over here because these 2 teams can see each other. You can see we are on Laughter, and he is looking straight on down at Team 10, straight out of Nepal. Oh, Greek Storm already in a fight too. The Greek Storm is also over here, so we have 3 teams over here. It looks like Novik has already gotten an elimination, and so did straight out of Nepal, De Leon. Hello, De Leon. I see you. Straight out of Nepal, bringing back the big boys. I like it. I like it a lot. Ghosty. Holy lopsided scores. Yeah, the Sentinels winning it all. No kidding. Alright, so the Greek Storm's right over here. It looks like they're down to just a duo over here. Ooh! Assault OP getting taken down, and now Gatsby down to about 10 HP. Exile, you are the last one standing over here. Let me go ahead and check in on this map. Another very central, but to the west. Joking, plenty of teams come back. Oh yes, you've seen it. We've seen it a lot, Ghosty. Alright, so let's see what else is going on. Does look like he's going to try to get over here to get top frags picked back up, and I'm not sure if the Great Gatsby is going to come across. We do have De Leon over here as well. Look at this, through the window. Oh, thought that's what he was going to do. Exile jumping out of that window. That's trying to, oh, he gets Gatsby, but no, top frags. Now the last one's still standing, but top frags does have 3 HP to his name. Can he get down in? Great. Oh, De Leon, sir, is full health. And we got Team 15, Yumi Kai, all the way up at the church, getting some of those third parties. Alright, so now let's see what else is going on. The Golden Fire also in some of those crossfires from across top. It looks like Static trying to get some angles over onto Yumi Kai now. Getting that smoke out. So let's see. Oh, we've got another car coming right up and in. And it is Yumi Kai coming up. Look at this. Coming up right behind Static and Snooby. Snooby versus Static. 1v1. Snooby on the backside of that wall. But Static is getting covered from the backside as as well. And also straight on the call across the street. So, ooh, Static winning that 1v. So there goes Snoopy out. Static does get that elimination, but here comes the rest of them. It looks like we got a duo pushing up. One did stay up there, so now it is a 2v1 and Static going down. Where is the Dominator? The Dominator way up top. Not going to be able to help. And Laughter way over here. It looks like Laughter also all the way to Leones already. So they did make it to Leones. Alright, let me go ahead and put the iPad up while I snoop. You can check on your team. I'm going to go over to El Pozo next. Checking on what is happening. I just saw Chiny going down, so we're going back to that iPad. Let's get a sky view of El Pozo. El Pozo is huge, and these guys usually are pretty spread out. Let's see what's happening down here. Ooh, almost there down to just a duo against is this, yeah, Shoo Young, and we do have Chiny down to about 5 HP. So where's the rest of almost? Hello everyone, and happy Friday night. It is my honor and my privilege to present to you NABS Region 8 North America Best Scrims, and tonight we have America's teams, the America's teams, most of the biggest team names you will find in the Americas. This is extremely exciting for me. Let me show you guys. Hello everyone in the chat. In slot 3 are the Wolves Esports. Slot 4, X-Force. In slot 5, Golden Fire. In slot 6, Dauntless. In slot 7, Influence Rage, there is Federal. In slot 8, Team 8 is Team Liquid, there is Chief. In slot 9, Royals of War, there slot 10 are the Golden Eagles, NA. Slot 11, Noobs Esports. Slot 12, straight out of Nepal. In slot 13 are the Sentinels. In slot 14 we have the Real Gunners Esports. In slot 15, Rival 6. In slot 16, it is Almost There. Slot 17, Oblivion Esports. In slot 18, Golden Eagles. I have Inkos. That's not Inkos there. In slot 19, 9, Z Globant. We have Remix in the house. In slot 20, we have Team Entity. We have South America, LATAM, and NA, all housed in these 20 amazing slots. So tonight we will be doing 4 matches, $250 on the line. We will do North America, South America, North America, South America. So North America and Erangel, South America and Miramar, North America and Sandhawk, and then we go back to South America for the finale in Erangel. Look at this. Inko Brunose. There he is. Let's see if Inko went down to the right slot or if I've got the right slot for Inko. No, I have 18 as the Golden Eagles. So I don't know. I don't know where Golden Eagles are in 10. So yeah, the Golden Eagles are in the wrong slot. So hopefully we can get that fixed. Or let me check the slots, make sure they didn't change the slots on me, which is always a possibility. Nope. Let's go. Let's let the organizers know. So how's everyone doing? Anuj, thank you, Anuj. 20 gifted members. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. We gotta get our players in the right spots. I'm not sure where Inko. Look at this, Inko. Let's go. Let's go. There is Fate. Hello, Fate. Big fan. Tell me in the chat, who is your favorite? I've been hearing all day. People cannot wait to see Federal here in your scrim tonight. We've got the Royals of War, Vic Dags. Hello, big fan. So there are my Tempa. Hello, Tempa. What do you guys think? Tell me. There we go. All right. So they moved the Golden Eagles. Inko is filling in. We are just a few minutes past hard start. We're going to have to get Golden Eagles back in. I'm not sure what is happening, but... Hello, everyone. Hello. Are you ready for NABS? Let's go. We have gorgeous graphics tonight, guys. Wait till you see what they have put together for you behind the scenes. This has been a major undertaking to bring you the best, to give you the best. Bruno's McGrellin. A7 now in Inko McGrellin. We have big names. Hello, Remix. Alright, so we're still trying to get everybody in here. I'm not sure what's going on with X-Force. Hopefully Valak and Wancho will join. Or no, I was reading Wancho. Sorry, Wancho, about that. But Valak. And I'm not sure who the other person will be joining them. Maybe Alim. I'm not sure. But hopefully we can get this all together. The organizers have put so much behind the scenes work on this that we can give them just a few seconds. And here we go. Golden Eagles coming back. There we go. Bow in the house. Here we go, guys. Here we go. So very shortly we should have everybody in here. I'm getting pinged. Yes. All right, so. And Golden Eagles. So we should be filling this up here. I'm still worried about Fate and 24K. They are a two-man army, just the two of them. But this is a bigger, meaner lobby. So the duo. There we go. All four of the Golden Eagles. And here we go, guys. We are starting. Let's go. Match one. Erangel. Take a deep breath, guys. Put your seatbelts on. Grab your popcorn. And let's get into tonight's first match. Woo. Give myself goosebumps. Alright. Come on. Let me in. Let me in. Oops. Not what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do. Let's get this up there. Let's get this over here. Get that going. Let's see. Now it looks like we're going to be jumping with Coops first. Let's get the picture on. Not gonna work for us, but that's alright. We'll figure that out. Let's get over here and check out our very first flight path of tonight. That's not working either. We are coming in from the shooting range up at the north, headed down across shooting range ruins to the east of Gacka, going across the top of Ferry Pier and dumping off in the bay between Primorsk and that western edge of Sosnovka military base. So let's go. Let's head on over to scroll on in, check in on where everyone is going. I feel like we may have an early fight between Inko and I see almost there, right there next to him, Team 16. There we go. Finally, things are picking up. We got Vitale. Let's get McGrellin on the screen. Let's see how long. Let's see. Look at that. Here we go, guys. Headed on down, and it does look like we're going to have an early fight over here to the Coops compound, just picking up that vehicle headed over to Yasnaya. I do believe that McGrellin's going to come on into the compound and try to go ahead and get some, yep, here we go, our first fight right here, and it is between him and Oblivion. Oblivion has come on out. Oblivion does have the, oh, they both have the pump action. Now McGrellin trying to read where Oblivion Esports is on that backside, and now let's see, it does look like McGrellin is no longer alone. We do have another Inko player over here. McGrellin being very, very cautious about the walls, the windows, but also trying to get those shots. And here we go, 7 taking out Taco from Oblivion Esports. Alright, now let's check the rest of the map, see what else we may be missing. Looks like we have a pretty good spread of most of these teams, so we'll stay over here because I do hear more happening over here. We did lose Asta from Oblivion Esports, so now let's see. Oblivion Esports now down to just a duo. We do have a duo, and it does look like they're going to go ahead and stay away from that Yasnaya Westbridge area. Our first zone has popped, and we're going down to that quarry area, center zone. We do have quite a bit of water, but we should be on land. I see another fight going on over here. Let's check in on what is happening between Entity over here and Royals of War. Royals of War, let me check in on Big Tech. So David, the last one, still standing. The rest of his team across the way does have a chance to get picked up. I do see that Entity Ace has been knocked. We do have Nexus, OP, and Hunter straight across. And there goes Victex. He has been taken out. Royals of War down to the solo player. And I'm not sure. I don't know if we're going to be able to. It does look like David's going to take this fight. So we'll have to see what is gonna happen. I did not mean to have that up there. There we go. And David now down to about 5 HP. So Hunter in that. Hunter is pretty blinded over here behind all this. Golden Eagles still in that fight with almost there as well. Almost there. Knocking several of them. But David does get both of them down. Oh, they are all down to about 5 HP, but David, oh, and 1v3, and all 3 of these players down to about 5 HP. David from Royals of War putting up a crazy fight. Let's get over to almost there. The Gutsy God with a nade in the hand. We do have the Golden Eagle Star. Maybe Star could possibly, yes, Star is the sole survivor from this fight. And this fight has been going on. So now let's see what is happening. It does look like Golden, or almost there, Wolf down to about 5 HP. Oh, and Star coming up and around, trying to stay out of that nade. Knew that nade was coming, but the Wiz coming up behind him and able to get that elimination. In fact, almost there, Wiz taking 3 of the Golden Eagles with him. So now let's check some more. It does look like we've settled down just a little bit in this match. We do have Rival 6 up in the Zarky area. They will have to come down through Dauntless. And then we do have, let's see, Team 11, Noobs Esports, and Team Liquid. So let's get over to Team Liquid, get them on the screen. Hello, boys. Coming right on through. So, alright. Oh, we are Allah. Alright, so we are still headed. We still have quite a few rotations. We do have the Sentinels up in Severny. I think they'll have a pretty decent time coming down through the area of by Mount Everest. Oh, Nexus OP and Ayala both going down at the same time. So now let's get Mythic over here on the screen. Mythic coming up and through the windows. Does have Entity. Entity just coming in from that western edge of Erangel with the fight with the Golden Eagles. Oh, and Mythic going down. We are down to just Chief now. Chief does have... Oh, Ayala. Ayala has been picked back up. Chief does have that nade coming up. And ooh, we do have Hunter on that backside taking down Ayala one more time. And now Chief trying to get some of these eliminations over onto Entity Gaming as Hunter comes up and around this edge. Hunter right there on that backside. Hunter trying to get those shots, pre-firing each of these windows as Chief trying to come out. Oh, through the window. Hunter, I believe Hunter just took out the entire Team Liquid. Look at their elimination feed. Alright guys, let's head on over and see what we can find out next. It does look like almost their Wolf maybe getting chased down over here by Noobs Esports. And he is a solo over on this side. I'm not exactly sure where the rest of his team is, but he is getting pulled up on, so he's aware of the sounds. You can hear the vehicles in that background. So let's see. I find another fight over here. Baton, here comes Baton and Coops Wancho in Highscored. They are right over here with the Real Gunners Esports. Let's see if we can get Coop's picture on there. It doesn't look like Coop's picture wants to come up this time. I know his picture's in there, guys, but it is what it is. Let's see what's happening over here with the rest of the guys from Real Gunners Esports. Yeah, some of these pictures, they just don't want to cooperate, guys. Let's go. Let's check in now on 9 Glabant. Gold King coming in, and there he is on your screen. And then we've got the remix Big Hero. Alright, so we have quieted down, but our zone has popped, and we do have that west bridge into the zone. We have Pachinki, Geka, Quarry. We do have all this area right here. And some of these teams will have an easier time coming in than if it had shifted over towards that water's edge, because most of these teams were already feeling that water edge zone shift. We do have Oblivion all the way up in that Stallbar area. We'll have to pay attention to that. We have Inko coming on down. And I hear a lot of shots. Let's check in on Dauntless. Shu Young on your screen. There he is. No, the picture did not show up for him either. So let's check in, see if we have any pictures for these guys. Klaus in the house. There you go. Found one. There we go. Let me get that picture a little more centered for you guys so it's a little better off right about there. That looks good. Alright, so we still have 15 teams in this. We are in the rotations. Everybody taking in their spots, getting into position. And we are crushing these teams on top of each other. If you look down by these gas station, the North gas station area, the farm. Ooh, Ooh, I see a hovercraft over there as well. We got a Wancho on the screen. And let's go. Checking on Coops. Wancho at least has his photo up there. Coops, not so much. Alright, so let's see. Let's see which teams we do have over here. So we do have Nancy Labart. Let's check in on Team 19 and see what's going on over here. We did lose Coal King, and I did miss one. We lost the Coal Goat. So I'm not sure. We do have another team pushing into Fairy Pier. You can see over towards that western edge. It is X-Force. We have Fate and 24K both in this lobby. So they are coming into Fairy Pier as a duo. But as I said at the start, this duo is a full force just on their own. These two know how to do it. If anyone can, these two can. So let's see. Let's go ahead and scroll in a little bit. You can see Oblivion are coming in from that Yasnaya school area. They have separated out a little bit. They are a duo. But let's concentrate on the screen. We have Straight Outta Nepal. They are right over here, right on top of Real Gunners Esports. And we already know that we've got X-Force and 9Z Glabant right down to the south of them in that Fairy Pier area. This picture didn't show. I know. You gotta expect some glitches now and then. Well, we'll get it fixed. We will get this fixed. Let's check in on Straight Outta Nepal. Wolf OP. Alright, we're right up here by the 12 pack, so we're just keeping an eye on anyone coming in late. Straight Outta Nepal trying to gatekeep this edge. But I think let's head up over here to Rival 6. Rival 6 now here in a fight with Dauntless. I did see Dauntless getting knocked. Oh, 3-point. Ooh, 3-point getting taken down by Shu Young. We do have Shu Young on your screen coming right in and across. And now it is up to Shu Young and Blaze BT to continue this push. And it looks like Shu's going to come across and try to get the res on Chinese. So I'm not sure where Klaus is. Klaus is also getting that pickup. But if you look at the mini map, you can see Rival 6 is to the north, but we also have Inkle coming in from the south, trying to get some of this third party on these Pachinki Hills. So it looks like McGrellin trying to push right up over on top of where Rival 6 was just taking those shots. And Dauntless does get knocked by one of them from yet another team. So let's see who else is in the area. We can check in on the map in just a moment, but we do have the Sentinels. The Sentinels are the team that are coming up and third partying from that southwest area. So Dauntless now getting barraged by the hailstorm nades. Let's see, can we keep Dauntless alive? We do have Shu Young and Klaus. Klaus is still alive, just down to about 5 HP. Shu Young trying to distract the Inko players from centering their eyes over onto Klaus while he heals up. And so now they are pushing into zone just right on this edge. Shu Young trying to figure out exactly where the Inko players are above him. He knows that they are straight across. And now we do have another fight going on over towards the Sentinels. Checking out what the Sentinels, the Golden Fire in the Sentinels view. We did lose, I believe, 3 of them from the Golden Fire right on across. And now I see Federal off in that distance. So let's see what he is. Oh, Federal with that. Oh, somebody got it before him. Federal almost had some fresh gear and loot. He does have fresh level 2 though. So He is still in this, peeking up and over. Law is already up to an elimination. Let's see what Law is doing over here. It does look like he's got somebody across the way. Almost there, down in that nade shack, out in the field. So we'll see if the almost there can hold that nade shack down. They are being watched from several different directions because across the way we already know that there are other teams down in this area. So looks like Wolves are centering up and around the southwest side. So most of the action is right up here on this northern edge. We did have a lot of and let's see what else is happening. Let's check in on Federal. See what Federal. Let's go straight out of Nepal. I will go check in on straight on Nepal in just a moment. Oh, Klaus getting in that 4-10 spray up Federal and going down. So now let's see. It does look like the rest of it may be a little easier to get on into zone. It does look like Influence Rage holding down this hilltop very well against these players trying to push up and in. Now we have the Sentinels also trying to come in. Let's check in on Little Boy. He is right over in all of this mess, but it does look like there's another fight going on between the Sentinels and let's see, where are the Sentinels? Tier 13. Let's get on over to the Sentinels and see. They are split up, so we do have the Influence Rage in front of them, Golden Fire behind them, and look, we also have Inko coming in from that north side. Sentinels just finishing off Diego. So now here comes straight at it Nepal, straight out of Nepal coming into this as well, trying to get into this fight right on down here at this West gas station. We have 9 Ziegler coming into the West gas station and the farm or the barn right behind the gas station, but they are holding off the other teams that are also all pushing up and around as we are right here on the screen with straight out of Nepal, also keeping an eye across the wide open range. Ooh, Noobs Esports firing back, trying to hold them off. And so now let's see what else is going on. You can see that Noobs is coming in from that north. We do have the real gunners at that West gas station farm. 9 Ziegler at the gas station, and we also have another team almost there. It does look like maybe almost there came out of that. But look at this. Look who is also keeping an eye on that gas station across the way. We have Coops right on down. Vitali from Inko also in a fight, but we are crushing these teams in over at this gas station hills and the wide open spaces. So let's check in on Influence. Ooh, that is not Influence Rage. Let's try this one more time. Let's see what Influence Rage does as they're coming up. The Wolves. We do have Law on the screen. Let's check again on Federal. Way back on this off angle, trying to keep an overview onto his team as Little Boy is pushing. Oh, Gutsy God from the nade shack, way out in the middle of the field. Almost there, getting into that third party between Influence Rage and the Wolves, but almost there. Does have the Golden Fire Dom coming in from right behind him as well, and we do have Cat God from Noobs Esports, right? Watching his ankle pulls right in across. Look at the flying through the air trying to get into zone, and we do have Cat God in zone, but Golden Fire Dom is outside of zone. Dom is gonna have to try to get on in, and let's see if we can find him on the screen. Golden. gotta push now. Cat Guy trying to hold off the... Oh, Gutsy Guy getting taken out by that nade. Cat Guy getting ready to throw the nade over towards almost there. Wiz little too cooked on that nade, but he is getting all sorts of stress from the other teams as they are coming around. Oh, and Wiz does find him, and so now we are down to just the duo. We have Neo over here, and let's see what Oops is doing. Oops, right on down the anchor inside zone, also in the nade shack. It does look like we're going to try to get Cat Guy picked back up. So now let's get back over to the rest of the map and see what we can find going on right on down here. Yes, we have straight out of Nepal trying to hold off the push by 9Z Glaban. We got nades coming up and over the top. So now let's see from the straight out of Nepal team. Oh, and the Wolves coming up right behind where the 9Z Glaban was pushing up that hill, finishing off 9Z Glaban. And now straight out of Nepal does have to face off with Coops coming up and over with the P90. Does anybody else get chills thinking of Coops with a P90 in his hands? I'm saying it's all over. We are down to the top 5 teams now. Let's check it out. Oh, and now we are down to the top 4 straight out of Nepal in that battle between 9Z Glaban, and then immediately the Wolves. But then the Wolves do get taken down by Noobs Esports. As Noobs Esports coming out of those nade shacks out in the middle. Oh, does not finish well. So now we are down to the top 3 teams. We have Wolves, Real Gunners Esports, and Inko. Look at Inko going on over here. Inko up to 11 eliminations. We have 7 on your screen. 7 with 5 eliminations. Watching Wancho up on that hilltop trying. They are center zone, so regardless of this next shift in the zone, they are pretty safe not having to get on out of here. As you can see at the top of your screen, it does look like they are calling Real Gunners Esports. What do you think of that? What do you think of the software calling out Real Gunners versus Inkos and the Wolves? They've only got 26% chance for the trio from the Wolves. Alright, let's go ahead and see where the rest of all this. We got Inkos in the barn. We got the Real Gunners Esports, and we're being very quiet now. Dr. Bunny has a prescription for some rest and relaxation on this balcony. The Wolves still up in that hill range, just waiting for the next zone to pop. It sounds like the Wolves are getting ready to go ahead and move on over across the way. Let's check in on Wancho. He is keeping an eye on Inko in that barn. You know that he and 7 were popping some shots at each other. And here we go again. Wancho making sure that they are still in that barn. They are letting them know, yes, we are. No, you are not welcome. That's what that was all about. I'll let you know right now. Alright, so it does look like the Wolves are pushing up into zone, starting to add a little more pressure down onto Inko and Real Gunners. They have been trying to figure out where all the players are. They know that there are 11 players, and they are just a trio at this point. They're not exactly sure if we are 2 full 4-man teams, or if we've got a lot of solos down there. So let's check in on Hasgord. It does have that hilltop view right on down, and look at that. Nahan in that off angle for the Real Gunners in case any of them from Inko comes out of that barn. Inko does have a bit of a problem if they have to come out of that barn because they are being watched from each and every angle. So now let's go ahead and check in. Oh, I think Coops is getting ready for the push down the hill because we do have to move down into this. We are closing up onto this West Bridge farm. So now let's see. Here comes the first push by High Score coming right up and in, and he's gonna come right up and into where Nahan was holding down this. Oh, Inko Vitale just needed Inko Vitale. You know that's gotta hurt at this late stage. We still trying to get these nades right up and in. They know that Nahan is not that far away, but I believe Nahan has already left that. And Vitale is back up onto his feet. You can see by his marker that he is up. And so now they are being very careful about this push coming into this. They know that there is a solo over in here, but the solo is now in that. So now we have a full 4-man team in the barn. We have a full 4-man team in the maze house, and now we do have a full 4-man team along this wide open ridge line. You know that Coops does like to play these ridge lines, so let's see if Inko is paying attention. We got Brunosen. He is trying to pay attention, make sure that nobody's coming in from these fields. He's watching for any of the snakes that may be coming in. But at this point, there are no snakes coming in. Let's check in on Vitale. Vitale creeping up. Can you really throw through that wall? That would be something else, wouldn't it, guys? That is something I have not seen yet, but it doesn't mean it can't happen. So now, let's check in on the Real Gunners Esports. Hello, Tempa. Temple watching that hilltop, but all the players are now down off that hill, and we are in stage 8, and we have not had any knocks from other teams. Let's put it that way. We won't talk about Inko. All right, guys, in my chat, you need to let me know, is the statistics correct? It's still saying the Real Gunners Esports at 36%, and it just went up to Inko at 36 because both of these teams do have a compound. Both of these teams are full 4-man teams, but they are facing across with the wolves. It is the wolves. So do you agree with the statistics up at the top? That's what I'm trying to spit out while I'm reading other things. As you guys know, I cannot read at the same time. So now, let's see. McGrellin making sure that they know. He's just popping those shots saying, if you come my way, I got something for you. I got something special for you over here. I think they're still looking for any snakes coming up and in, and the closest thing to a snake that he's going to find at that angle is Coops with a P90. So let's hope that Coops has enough ammo for all of this coming in, and we are now closing in onto stage 9. That means we will no longer have any more zones. We will close into nothing. So we are about to have all chaos break loose. All right, guys, let's get up and over. Let's check in on our compound, see what we can see. And let me get a good angle over here. Try to get as many of these players in. You guys gotta let me know, who do you think is gonna win? We got Coops over at this corner throwing the nades over into McGrellin. McGrellin does have a nade. Ooh, good hit, Coops and Wancho. I think he just got some damage over onto Coops, and now it does look like Inko is pushing right up and in onto the Real Gunners Esports. And there goes Nemo from, and oh, Real Gunners are now having some issues coming. Oh, Let's get up. Go up, go up. Let's get over here. There we go, guys. There we go. And so Inko pushing up and into the maze house, taking over the maze house from the Real Gunners Esports, and nade over to right on top of Brunosen, but it does not affect him. Here comes the mini war zone of nades from Wolves Esports trying to connect. It is still a 4v3. We still have all 4 of them alive from Inko Esports. And now let's see, let's get in a little bit more. It does look like Brunosen trying to get those shots down. We do have Coops right over here on this edge. He's underneath these windows trying to throw the nades up and into the house. They are also throwing the nades down onto Coops. Whoops. Down into Coops. No. Oh, Wancho going down and 7 going down. And now it is just up to Coops. Coops is the last one still standing. Can we get across over here? As here comes Coops getting pulled up on by the duo from Inko. And there you have it. Inko Gaming coming in with that winner chicken dinner. So let's go over these scores. Here we go. Coming in, if we can get over there, there we go. Inko Gaming coming in first with 18 eliminations from Inko Gaming. Coming in second, we have Wolves Esports with 10 eliminations, and Real Gunners Esports coming in third with 2 eliminations. GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, 16 through 18. Going all out. Inko 7 eliminations, 727 damage. And there it is, your very first match of NABS. Let's go. I will be right back. Almost there also. So it's almost there, down to just the Gutsy God over here. We do have all 4 of them still standing from Dauntless, and it looks like Gutsy God is getting pulled up on. I'm going to leave that there while I come back into the game over onto the main screen. And it looks like maybe we lost them. Alright, so let me put the map up there so you guys get an idea of where everyone is. They are spreading out, but I see San Martin. San Martin is heating up, so as soon as we get into this match just a little bit, I'm going to head over to San Martin and check in on Entity Gaming. Entity Gaming over here in San Martin versus, I think it said Team 17, Team No Purpose. Yeah, No Purpose is right on down there. Hello, Jerry. We got Nexus OP keeping an eye on you, babysitting that helmet of yours. So, oh, we do have another fight down here too. Let's see what's going on right on down here. Yumi Kai, the Great Gatsby. Oh, right there, thirsted, coming up that side. So now, Di Leon. Let's see, is this nade gonna go off as they come right up and in? They did not push into that door. I don't know if they heard that pin pull, but smart play, not rushing in together. It could have been a free. Oh, Yumi Kai finishing that off. New jeans. You know how stiff they are. Alright. So I think the main fight, I do see a Nuxify creeping up. Yep, on the screen already. They're creeping up into this. Yumi Kai is down to just a duo now. So we got Xenon on the screen, but I also see another 2 teams right down here in Chumacera. The Sinners right on top of Karku Laird. I'm not sure how to say the name, guys. I am very sorry. It is not intentional. Alright, let's go. So I do think that Nuxify is getting his team into position to take on the duo, but Nuxify has to be aware that the Sinners are coming up behind him. Gamma is not that far away from being right behind Velocity. So Velocity's back is wide open. So it could be a good play or a bad play. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. It does look like Dauntless may be coming up over here onto NSC. You can see up in the upper right hand corner we do have Dauntless coming down. This is the Mount Kilimanjaro. Shoo, 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 shoo. Oh, Shoo is down to about 5 HP. Chino God dancing across a wide open field down to about 5 HP. And we do have someone way up on top of Mount Kilimanjaro, and most likely it is the Claus with that mini 8 times. And he was not missing his shots. So we'll stay here for just a second while we check on the map over here. It does look like we shifted to the east and we're headed to Hacienda. We got San Martin, Manos Generales, the very northern edge of Leones, all the way over to Monte Nuevo in this new map. We do have a couple of teams outside of zone. We've got Manic way up in the ruins, still going to the north, but we still have all this chaos going on down here. We do have Velocity. They did come up into Yumikai. So Yumikai, let's see what's going on. It looks like we may only have this. Nope, they are still a duo. And look at this. The Sinners are also pushing up and in. So just like I was worried about, the Sinners did come in from behind Velocity, and I no longer see a Nuxify, so I think Velocity may be a duo versus the full 4-man team of the Sinners. And we also have the Carcu Larde over at the strip mall. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Alright. Let me zoom in just a little bit more. You can see that we do have the Sentinels way up in Cruz de Valle. I don't know if you guys can see that because they are gray in the blue, but they are still out in that blue. So I'm not going to scroll in, but let me. Hello everyone and welcome back. We are waiting now for the scores. We should be having them soon, but as you can see, we are loading into the lobby. We have Robs joining us, so Fate and 24 have a little more backup. Let me check on the rest of your teams. Looks like everybody is in their seats and waiting for the start to begin. Oh, we are missing one. We're missing Coal Goat. We have got to get the Coal King back in his seat for our South America Miramar match. This is Region 8 NABS, the $250 best scrims for the Americas. So they pinged me again. The scores are sending, but I don't think they're gonna send in time to show you between the matches. So if there's enough time on the spawn island, on the spawn island, I will show you those. We are headed into our second match of tonight for Region 8 NABS. So let's go ahead and get our pictures back up, see if any of these pictures will load in. Yeah, Coops does have a picture in this. I'm not exactly sure why it's being so fussy tonight. Show other players' point of view as well rather than the big names. Okay, CPR presentation. Let's see, it was Inko 7 with 7 eliminations. Let's get down to Inko, find him. I'm not sure about the scores, but we will be jumping with our last match, Top Fragger. 727 damage. Alright, so... Alright, so we'll figure out the scores. We will get them to you eventually. Let's go ahead and head into our map now. Let's check in on where we are coming in from. Just to the north of El Azahar, south of Terra Branca, coming across that northwest edge of El Azahar, going across the top of Hacienda del Patron, San Martin, to the north of Power Grid, over the north side of Monte Nuevo, and all the way to that western wall. There is your flight path. Let's go ahead and scroll on in now and checking on the teams that are jumping. We do have Influence Rage over there with Real Gunners straight out of Nepal. They are all right there on top of each other. Going to the north, we have the Sentinels right there with Rival 6 and Oblivion Esports. We do have the Golden Eagles right over here with the Real Gunners Esports almost there. They are all coming down towards this Minas Generalis area. Over towards San Martin, it looks like we've got NABS Esports taking over the entire San Martin area, but we do have Team Liquid over at the Hacienda del Patron area. And so now the Royals of War and the Golden Fire are flying right next to each other. And Inko is already in a vehicle, but they're down here, so we won't spend too much time over here. Wolves and 9 Cyclobot are right on top of each other. And look at our very first zone. Our first zone is all the way to the south. We do have maybe 2 teams in the zone already. And I'm going to come on over to the Royals of War. Almost there in a fight with the Sentinels. Let's see if the Royals of War can... Yeah, they are pulling kind of farther away from the Golden Eagles. So the Golden Eagle, or Golden Fire, are right on down in that dip, and the Royals of War are keeping an eye on where the Golden Fire are moving along. But I think it's Dom. I do not believe Dom had... Oh, they're gonna come up and get that buggy. So now let's get on over to Victox. Victox jumping out to get some of these weapons that are in this house, and the Golden Fire needs to get on their feet and get right on out of there. Now, we did have a fight going off over here between almost there, and now the Sentinels are also in a fight. Let's go up to the Sentinels, figure out straight out of Nepal, not too far away from Nehan as well. So where are the Sentinels? We'll check in on the Sentinels, see what the Sentinels may be doing. And we do have them up here with Oblivion, or almost there. So this is not Oblivion, guys. This is almost there in front of you. I'm not sure if they sat in the wrong seat. I'm not exactly sure, but this is definitely almost there. Asta, and I'm not sure if he's in the wrong seat or not, but he did get knocked. He does get knocked by the Sentinels, and the rest of this team is Oblivion Esports. So let's go. Let's see what else is happening. We do have Sentinel Flow straight out of Nepal. Does find Real Gunners Nehan across that way. We saw that Nehan was on that off angle all by himself by straight out of Nepal, and Wolf was not about to let that one go. So now we do have Flow up on top of that oil tanker. Let's see if he can get any of those angles down onto Oblivion Esports. We do have Reaper right across the way in that 3rd floor. And now we do have the fight going off at that from the beginning. Influence Rage also in the fight. So now we did lose one from the Sentinels, and we do have all 4. Nope, we have not picked him up yet, and it looks like Fi is coming up and around that to get that elimination. He does get that elimination, but now we do have Reaper. You saw that Reaper was up in that 3rd story, so let's see what kind of angle Reaper has down onto Fi. Also trying to figure out where these shots are coming from. Alright, Influence Rage. Influence Rage now in that fight. Let's get on over to Influence Rage. Find out what's happening. Federal getting some of that out of that crate. Let's see, where is Federal compared to the rest of his team? It looks like the rest of his team. Let's head on over to Law. Looks like he is over here trying to chase down the player from the Golden Eagles. The Golden Eagles, we did lose Bow, but now we do have Star getting chased down, but Star is taking the rest of Influence Rage right to his team. And now Team Liquid in a fight with Entity Gaming. So now let's get on over to Team Liquid, see what these guys are doing. We got Chief coming up and around, and you can see up in the top of your screen that the rest of Entity are moving away from Chief as he's watching them on their rotation, headed anywhere but towards them. And now let's go back up to that fight with Oblivion and see what else is going on with that way up in the blue. Oh, I do believe that Oblivion is no longer in this match, and we do have a full 4 eliminations all the way up here in Toromunda. We did have Fi getting 2 of those and Flo getting 2 of those, as they do now have to finish looting and get into the zone, and they are the furthest away from zone. So let's go over to the Real Gunners. The Real Gunners, we did lose Nahan 2 straight out of Nepal earlier. We did see that Nahan was all the way over in that western edge, extremely far away from where his team was headed down towards Los Leon. I'm not sure why Nahan was all the way up in that area by straight out of Nepal in the Apala area. Alright, so it does look like we have Royals of War starting to push right up and in onto him. So let's check in on the Royals of War, see how they are setting up to face off. They are, oh, Big Axel came right up and over. So now trying to get those shots down onto the last 2. Trying to move on and out. Those are the Real Gunners. So now the Real Gunners are down to just a duo. And Inkle back into that fight again with the Golden Eagles and Ace. So now let's get on over to the Golden Eagles. And the Golden Eagles are also down to just a duo. And I don't see where the rest of his team is, but I do see that Influence Rage is all the way over to the east side of where we are now, currently over by La Petita in the Red Sea. And here comes some cars coming up and along their way, but I'm not sure. Oh, it is Star. Alright, it is his own teammate. They did get that vehicle. They should be able to rotate out of the blue and get close to the zone, but they're going to have to come between Influence Rage and Inkle both. And so now we do have another fight. Let's head on down here and see what Reyes. I believe Reyes is the one that just got the knock down the hill, if I read that right. Rival 6, it may have been Rival. Oh, Reyes coming right up into that business end of the Wolves. So now, where are we going? We are headed over towards that Southern Farms Los Leon. We have pulled all the way over to this eastern edge. So now, let's see, we did have another fight. It does look like if we stay with Reyes, they're going to be coming right up and in onto almost there. Almost there is right down that edge below Reyes. So now, where are the rest of them? Cole King did manage to make it on in. Angelo and Remix. There is Remix also right up on this ridge line, just trying to watch for all these players. But the Wolves now are coming right up and in onto almost there, right in front of the Wolves. So, and also the Real Gunners, the duo coming out of Los Leon, they are also right over here in front of almost there. Let's get over all the players. They are coming right up and in onto the duo of Tempa and the Bunny, the Dr. Bunny. Tempa getting ready to throw these nades right up and over into almost there, trying to get them off those windows. And Gutsy Guy gets the nade over onto the Bunny. So now it is Tempa versus all four of them from almost there. Almost there does have this compound completely surrounded, but we also have the Wolves not too far away. The Wolves may come up the third party this, but we have lost the Real Gunners Esports. Alright. Let's go ahead and check in on the rest of this. It does look like straight out of Nepal also right over here with the Wolves. And the Wolves are all in that line, and I believe there may be another Baton coming up onto that off angle. Does get that knockover onto straight on Nepal. Assault OP trying to get this res off. He does get the res off, but here comes the nades by Baton. Wacho, and we do have but they are right here behind this broken wall. They are not getting any of this damage. Assault OP coming up and around trying to get these shots, and so now we are down to just Wolf and Spence as here comes all four of them from the Wolves pushing right up and in onto this, but now Influence Rage coming in for the third party. We do have Influence Rage right across the way. Little boy down to about 5 HP. Let's check in on Diego. Diego did have the Wolves in that 4-time sight, but you can see that the Golden Fire are coming in from the north. So Influence Rage does have to rethink this third party. Otherwise, the Golden Fire is right up on top of them and not too far away from the Golden Fire. It does look like we've got Inko, our last match winners, coming right on down. Dominator does get a knockover onto someone, and I did not read who it was, but I do think it was downhill from where Dom is here onto Influence Rage, and I might have been Law. Let's check in on our map now, see where we are going. We are still centering around the south Los Leone farmlands, and we do have Dauntless coming in from that west. We have Rival 6 coming in from the northwest, and we have X-Force coming all the way in from the north. We still have Royals of War over in that Los Leone area, not too far away from Inko. But let's see. Let's go over and check in on Entity. Entity Gaming. They are right over here next to Rival 6. You can see Rival 6 and NABS Esports right up and above them. But Entity Gaming are down to just a duo now. We have Ace and the Psycho. Psycho trying to get those angles right up the hill. But look at this. Rival 6 free point. The three-way team. So now let's get over to Rival 6 and see what's going on with Rival 6. We do have, Casper is already up to 4 eliminations, as now they are pushing right up into the duo from Entity. I do not think Ace is going to have enough time to get that res off, but we do have another team coming right up and in, and it is Team Liquid. Team Liquid pushing right up and in onto Casper. Casper trying to get those angles up the hill because we do have an off angle from Team Liquid. We have a 3-way assault coming in from that western edge in the off angle, but the off angle does have to move out and around because the off angle is also getting shot at from several different directions on this map. As we crush these teams in, we're down to the top 12 teams in this lobby, and they are all right on this western edge, right on top of each other. Remix does have Dauntless right down below him. Shu Young finding the business end of that S12K, and now Reyes down below has been knocked along with the Coal King. So now it's up to Remix to get his teammate picked back up. Remix taking those shots across. Bull King has been picked back up in the off angle down and below Reyes. Oh, Reyes going out to the play zone, bleeding out, but 9 Zika Blabon is on this western edge. Let's go back over here and see what's going on with Team Liquid. Mythic coming up on the other side, trying to get the off angle onto 9 Ziglabon, getting the pinch squeeze, does fight. Oh, but Remix coming up and around right behind Mythic, does get that off angle, came down and around, was able to move forward. Oh, Remix does get found by Team Liquid. So now Team Liquid 9 Ziglabon down to just a solo. Angelo up to 4 eliminations, but does have to go in to these final stages as a solo. So can he do it now that 9 Ziglabon no longer in this lobby? Alright, let's go check in on X-Force Robs. I'm not sure why Robs is so far from his team, but let's see if Robs can get on through Royals of War. David is right there in front of him. Does he see? He sees David. Oh, he does find David, but the Sentinels Fi from across the way from that wide open space. And Fi gets found from the Royals of War. So now the Royals of War is going to be able to get David picked back up, and the rest of this north side is clear. But now the south side of zone is where they do have the issue. They do have a full 4-man team right across from them. So now let's go. Let's see what we can see. Inkle Vitale. Not sure what Vitale is doing on the way to that north side. He is not an anchor in zone. He is outside of zone, possibly looking for more loot. So we'll have to pay attention to what he does at this point. So now let's see. It looks like Rival 6 uphill from almost there. You can see him almost there, right down below them. So I think we're just gonna keep an eye. We are just a duo at this point. We do have Sexflick and Casper down in this dip, just holding the dip between the Royals of War and almost there. You look at the mini map, you can see that, and we also have the Golden Fire just to their east as well. So now we do have a little bit of breathing space. These teams have found their position, but I think the Royals of War are getting ready to move up a little bit closer into zone. They will be on top of where the duo of Rival 6, Rival 6 answering that back, trying to make sure that Crash does not come and close, but they've given their position away in that dip, so we'll have to pay attention if that dip does get crashed by the Royals of War, as our zone does pop again. And look at this, we get a donut zone, so most of these teams are already established in the zone. I don't see any real anchors. We did have an anchor from we do have a solo from 9 Zika Blunt all the way over in that edge. We do have an anchor here over for the Golden Fire. They are in a decent area, but they do have Royals of War to their north. And we still have 8 teams in this as we push up and into stage 5 of this. And now Wolves Esports right down below Laughter. You can, or Slaughter. This is the second time I've called them that. Alright, let's get on over here and see what's happening. David, knocked again. I think they pulled up onto Rival 6. Yes, they did. Casper does get another knock. Casper down to about 20 HP, trying to hold off the push from the Royals of War. 2 of them are knocked, and here comes the third one from the Royals of War, trying to come up and around, trying to get some shots. And the Royals of War finishing off Rival 6. We're down to the top 7 teams coming into the zone. And most of these teams, as I said, are in zone at this point. Wolves in a great position. Yes, they are. Wolves are center zone. We do have Influence Rage. They have all of this eastern edge to themselves. And we do have 2 of them from Influence Rage, trying to make sure that the golden fire does not come into zone. And it is just a duo versus the full four-man squad. And they are Diego trying to push up, trying to get an idea of where they are all coming from. And Diego is not alone in this. He does have Law on this gatekeep. So I think the golden fire is going to be able to get on. And I do see Dom up on that ridge, but we got to remember that not too far away to their south. And you can see that we've got Haysgard. He is watching this fight between the golden fire and Influence Reed. Just checking out Federal. What are you doing, Federal? I think Federal is keeping an eye on the south, just making sure that nobody comes up and in on him. He knows where the wolves are, and I'm not sure if he just saw that team from Inco Gaming coming up and along. I do think that our big fight is right over here now, as we do have the Royals of War pushing up into the golden fire. The Royals of War are rotating a little to that western edge as Dompe. Oh, they're headed down towards Static. Just checking on what Static is doing. Static watching as they're coming up onto Jax and Slaughter. Let's see. Royals of War push further deeper into the zone, but they are still... Oh, one of them, David, knocked again. David not having much luck with the gear category today. So now, almost there. Wiz is anchored in zone. The rest of his team will need to come around, but he already knows where the solo is. And look at that. We do have Knight pushing up and in, and they are not pushing as a solo against the solo, but they do want it out of this main shack. Oh, two of them. So now we're down to Gutsy God and Wiz. Wiz is up in this compound, so it's up to Gutsy God, and here comes Inco Gaming. Inco Gaming coming up right behind Gutsy God to get into this third party. Gutsy God may not be able to get his teammates picked back up because we do have a full four-man team of Inco Gaming. We do have one on the off angle down at that south side. So now let's see if Gutsy God, oh, that nade, oh, that nade by McGrellin. McGrellin just took out two of them from almost there, leaving the loot to Gutsy God. Gutsy God may be able to rotate out of there, but he does have to get away from McGrellin. You already know that McGrellin is not gonna leave a soldier behind. So now he is, oh yes, he is paying attention to where Gutsy God is. And does he have any more? He has one final nade. Almost there, Wiz. Wiz is also here. He is way across that way, but he doesn't have an angle onto this top side. And here comes the nade. What a nade by McGrellin. He knew that Gutsy God was in that nade shack, and look at that. He'd heard all that from almost there, so he knows where the last solo is. He's assuming the last solo. Alright, so now let's go ahead and slide on in a little bit. And the Royals of War, David, he is the sole survivor, and he is facing off over here against the wolves. He is trying to stop the wolves from taking the rest of his helmet off. He no longer has a vest in this match. So now we are down to the top 6 teams, and we still have, oh, it does look like the wolves are starting to close up and around David. I do see Baton. Baton is right there. Wancho on that outside. So now David also has the teams coming in from the north and the west as well. So now let's see, what is Wiz doing? Wiz also a target. He is known by Inco to be over in this as a solo. Inco's still moving down and around. I don't think Inco is too worried about that at the moment. So right now, I think the most teams are just paying attention, trying to make sure that their position is clear. We've got several splits that are interesting to see where they're anchoring into the next zone, trying to decide where it might be. Wiz keeping his head down, his level 1 vest And level 2 helmet, not the greatest of shape. Alright, so he does see, look at this, he does see them right across the way, and they know where he is, and they both have lost zone. So now we'll have to see if Inko pushes up into almost there. Wiz, he is a solo. I don't see a vehicle over here. Wiz knows that all the way around him there are several teams already in this. So let's see. Let's get on over here to Law. See what kind of mischief Law is in it. Do you think he's paying attention to wolves, watching for wolves to be knocked or get a knock so that they know which teams are where in this zone? And it does look like Influence Rage they are pulling their teammates back up and in, and we do have the Golden Fire coming in from that north side. So let's see if we can see what the Golden Fire has to do, and it's not letting me do that. So let's get down over here. Looks like we're doing, oh, Wiz has moved out. Wiz has pushed right up and in. So now Wiz in a solo shack over here with the solo from the Royals of War. So we have two solos. Here comes the nade by Wiz and the nades by David. Neither one of them doing any damage. We are both in the sights of the wolves and Inko Gaming. We also have the Golden Fire from the north side also trying to get into this third, fourth, fifth, sixth party of the solo versus solo. One of them from Inko does go down, and David still throwing those nades over here at Wiz. And now let's see if David down to about 20 HP. Wiz watching as Inko is coming right up behind him, and the rest of it looks like one of them from the wolves has been knocked. So now let's get over to the wolves and see what's happening in center zone, because once again Wolves Esports has gotten center zone. You can see all the way around Coops. We do have the Golden Fire to the north side. We've got Influence Rage to the south, Inko to the southwest, and the two duos. We still have 60. Oh, Coops over onto Jax from the Golden Fire. So now I think the rest of the Golden Fire, there goes Static. So now let's see what is going on with Dom, the sole survivor from the Golden Fire, trying to hold off the push by the wolves. Also trying to smoke out his teammate. I do not think he has time or the ability to get his teammate picked back up, because wolves has turned their position. So they are now watching as the rest of the, there's a nade. Oh, the nade Baton has not given up on this duel. Here comes another nade up and over, but Dom has been able to get Jax picked back up. Static is still right down below, and here comes Influence Rage right up and around that edge, and there they go. We are down now to our top 5 teams, and here we go. Let's see what the computer thinks our statistics are for these players. And now, let's go. We still have this fight between Influence Rage now pushing right up and in. Let's check in on what Federal. Also, Inko Gaming straight across. Diego does get knocked. Let's see what's going on with Laws. His Laws is still right up under the compound where Coops is in the long house. We still have 5 teams in this very small play zone, and it's very quiet. Most of these players, even Law, no longer have any nades, any smokes. He is completely out of any throwables and has all 4 of them from Inko Gaming across from him. The 2 duos, Wiz and David, are still over in this 1v1, trying to survive just a little longer. David with another nade, trying to get the nade over onto Wiz, but these nades are not connecting, and here he comes on his push out and around, but Wiz gets found by Inko Vitale, and we are down to the top 4. David from the Royals of War still in this, so now let's see Let's check in on Inco Gaming. Is Inco Gaming Vitaly still pushing up and in, still looking across the way? David creeping along in that smoke, trying to get in a little closer to zone, but you can see that David way up in this mini map does have the hardest run. Look at that, he jumps right up into Vitaly, right into his 3-time scope. And now here comes the push from the rest of the teams. Wolf are down to just Coops. He has Inco Gaming on one side, Influence Rage on the other side. Alright, let's see if we can go up and see what is happening here. Here comes the push by all these teams up and around. We do have all these teams pushing into the zone, and I don't see where Influence Rage went. What? Where is Influence Rage? Let's check in on Influence Rage. Where are we? We are down over here. I don't know what happened to that, but we lost Influence Rage for a moment. Inco Gaming coming in for the second time tonight with a winner chicken dinner. Let's check in on these scores now. Here we go. Eventually, coming in first, Inco Gaming for the second time tonight. 10 eliminations. Influence Rage coming in second with 7 eliminations. And the Wolves coming in third, also with 7 eliminations. GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores. 4 through 6. 7 through 9. 10 through 12. 13 through 15, 16 through 18. Going all out. Rival 6, Casper, 5 eliminations, 900 damage. So when we come right back, we will be jumping with Casper into Sandhawk, North America for Region 8 NABS. Be right back. Go ahead and put the iPad up there so you can check in on where your teams are. And I still see several teams on top of each other, but it does look like they are all starting to give each other a little more space. We have who's Dark Side Knight over on Team 14, Xing Yang. We haven't seen any of Xing Yang yet. Let's get on over here and see what's going on with this team. Hello, Ifwick. Ifwick. Alright. And Curiosity. Ooh, they slowed down. They slowed down in the wrong spot because we also have Team 12 across the way. Is that 16? I think that's 16, guys. Yes, it is 16. The Sinners coming right up and in on top of them. You can see on the mini map that the Sinners are starting to wrap around Xing Yang over here. So, ooh, Sinners, Fred's getting him right there. And Gamma. I see you up on top of that hill. Let's see what's going on with Gamma. Gamma coming right up. Oh, New York. New York making that entrance, coming right up and in. Gamma getting ready to throw those nades up and over. The Sinners are pushing up and in now onto the Xing Yang team. So let's go. The rest of the map looks pretty separated. So this is the main fight at the moment. Let's see what Gamma is going to do. It looks like Gamma's pushing right up and in with his teammate. But let's go. Let's check in on Xing Yang and see what's happening. It does look like Ifwick is not the last one standing any longer. Alright, so look at this. We do have 4-piece over onto Xing Yang, and they are right on the edge of zone. I do see another fight going off the Sentinels. Let's go and check in on the Sentinels. Tonight's leaders coming out of match 1. Bye! No. no, 5. So now here is the last match top fragger, and he is still coming up and into the fight. So can he get to his team? No, he cannot. His team is down and out. So he is the sole survivor now for the Sentinels, and he's facing off 2 different teams, 9 and 19. 9, Oblivion versus 19, the Curry Lovers. Ooh, Reaper right there in this guy's sights, right across the way. So now let's go. Let's see, what is Reaper doing? Did you get out of the way? Yes, you did, but look at your gear is no longer fresh and pretty. Alright, our zone's getting ready to pop. Let's see where we are headed now. It looks like we're headed down to that southwest quadrant. We've got the power grid, Bigado, and just to the north side of Chumacera. Hello, sunshine! Sunshine. And no sunshine. Nope, no, I already said I am not getting a copyright strike tonight. I am not. Not. Sunshine. Oh, ooh, 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 sunshine. Ooh, 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 ooh. Looks like the Curry Lovers coming in over here next to, oh, Manic. Manic coming all the way down from that trailer park ruins area, coming right up and in onto the Curry Lovers. The Curry Lovers are in second place, and I think if I remember right, we still have one of the Sentinels, the last match top fragger. I believe he is still in here, unless that was him that did get taken out. We do have Dauntless in a fight right here with NSC. You can see this right over here. We do still have Shushu up on Mount Everest. Claus has come down. Small man on that other angle. So Dauntless, look at that spread on Dauntless down below. Alright, let's go back over to the map. I think everybody is out of the blue at this stage, so we're just going to center in on the play zone. And it looks like Claus is pushing up and in now, trying to figure out where they are in the barn. Look at this. He knows that there's, oh, Claus is even in the sand gilly. Ooh, with the MG3. This may be Claus's match. You know what this man can do. So let's see what's going to happen. We do have Small Man trying to get those shots up through the window. Small Man down to about 20 HP. Switching over to the Male. So let's see what's going on over here. Gino guy. Oh, Claus just now up on that rooftop, just dominating with that MG3. And now we got aim lock right over here. Oh! The nade, look at Claus. Klaus with the squad wipe. Klaus just squad wiped. Not only with the MG3, but with the nades from that play on top of the barn. But we do have another team coming on by. All 4 of them from Dauntless still up on their feet. But Dauntless is up to 8 eliminations. Klaus, I should have just stayed on you. I knew that. Alright, so let's go. Let's see what else is happening, guys. Klaus never disappoints. Alright. We do have Manic still coming in from that San Martin. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We are headed into match 3. This will be Sanhok North America now. So now let's see what we can do. Oh, not for me. Alright, so here we go, guys. Inco Gaming, sorry. I'm reading too many things at once. Welcome back, everyone. Let me try this again. Welcome back, everyone, to NABS Region 8, $250 North America's best scrims. We have America's teams in here. We have Team Liquid, Inco Gaming with back-to-back wins. I'd show you the scores, but we are rolling, guys. We are rolling. Let me get all your stuff up onto the screen. Get that one off. click that one instead. There we go. So now we're coming in from the Camp Alpha Island, between Camp Alpha and Hudson, very northwestern edge, and going in across the island right between Boot Camp Paradise over Bon and to the north of La Quai. And as you could see at the very start of this, let me go ahead and take the overlay off just for a second so that you guys can see where all your teams are going to the east. But right now we have three teams over here. It does look like almost there. The Golden Eagles are coming into this overlook area. So let's go ahead and get that back up there. We do have Wolf trying to, Wolf going down to the machete. And so now let's see what's going on with Wiz and 90. 90 does pick up a UMP, but we got the Golden Eagles now. The Golden Eagles did get an elimination star. Did pick up that M16, but down to just 15. And so now let me get over to Fear. Fear with the revolver, trying to get the knockbow. Has been knocked. Oh, star! Right when I get off of him, he does get that knock with the M16, but now almost there. Gutsy God is trying to get picked back up, and so here they come. Out, they're out. Fear does get the knock, and so now it almost there, down to, I think that is it. The trio will remain a trio, but Star does pick up 3 eliminations on all of that. So now let's get on down to Painan. Painan, we also have Team Liquid. Team Liquid right over here with the Golden Fire. You can see the Golden Fire, and Team Liquid is already starting to do this pinch play. We have Chief coming in from that back side. I'm not sure where Chief landed at that point. It does look like he's looking for maybe a vehicle, but Ayala and Chief all the way around to this side where we got the Golden Fire. They are all over on this eastern edge, northeast or southeast side of Painan. It does look like Jax is across the way. Let's see what's going on. No, Jax is even on this side, so let's go check out the rest of the map, make sure we're not missing anything. We do have Influence Rage right here in Boot Camp. Paradise is empty. We've got Inkle Gaming back-to-back winners of tonight over at the Ruins. We've got Dauntless all along this Camp Alpha area, and now the Royal. Klaus is right over here on top of all 4 of them from the Royals of War. They are all right down below them. So now let's see. The Wolves. The Wolves are coming right up and in onto. Let's see what's going on over here with the Wolves. And there goes Isagard. Oh, he just gets taken right on out of there. But we still have Klaus right up over here. Klaus, let's check in on Klaus. Is here they come. The Royals of War. Klaus with the DPS and a 1. Oh, Klaus going down to Victex. Victex with the S12. And so now Crash will be able to get picked back up. So now we do have Shu Young coming up and around, and the rest of Dauntless. I'm not sure if we're gonna have a look at this. Inko are back-to-back winners now in this fight. Shu Young trying to come up, does get the knock over onto David, and now Victex is the last one still standing over here. Victex, no, we do have. Oh, there goes the Royals of War down to just a solo. It is 19. 19 does have this S12, and now we do have the fight between the Wolves and Golden Eagles. McGrellin and Entity Gaming. So now, Royals of War taken down and out by the trio from Dauntless. And now let's see. Where's the rest of these fights? Entity down to just a duo over here. We do have the fight over here now going off with Ayala. Ayala comes up and in onto the Golden Fire. The Golden Fire also still over in this back compound. Down to about 20 HP. Chief up on that ridge line. So now we do have all of Team Liquid in position around this western edge, or south side of Penang. We will call it the south side at this moment. So now let's see what is happening over here. We are good. It's all good. Alright, so now Ayala is meeting up with the rest of his team. Let's go over and see what is happening with Chief. Chief right across the way. And look at this. Chief coming in. Oh, that nade! That nade going right off in front of Chief. But Chief is ready for it. And so there goes Slaughter. Slaughter from the Golden Fire. Static still launching nades over at Chief. Chief trying to figure out exactly where Static is as Static continues to launch these nades over at Chief. And I think Static may be the last one still standing for the Golden Fire. I think Dom has been knocked. Yes, he is. So now let's get over to Static. And Static hold off the push by all four of them. All four of them from Team Liquid. Oh, Team Liquid with no mercy on that squeeze play. Alright, we might have another fight between X-Force and 9Z Glabant, but we also have Rival 6 right over here in this triangle from the down below the cave. Alright, we do have the Sentinels in a pretty big split. We have Oblivion Esports coming in, Dauntless still coming in. We have Entity Psycho still over in Tampang, but Nexus is anchored in zone, so we'll pay attention to that. But the Wolves, Baton is right over here next to Influence Rage. Baton is the sole survivor. We no longer have his cat or Wancho in this map, and Law is watching. Law is order over the top of this compound. Alright, so now we do have quite a bit of area between these. I'm going to go ahead and take this overlay off for just a moment so you guys can see where your teams are in the zone. You can see that they are pretty separated out, but this is Sandhawk, so things appear larger than they actually are, and we get a fairly nice central zone. We do get a donut zone in all this. Let me get those back up there so you can see what's going on. Yes, we do have a lot of movement happening. We have Vi coming in from the Sentinels into straight on Nepal. We also have Noob Esports, Papi Triste. Hello, Papi Triste. You are coming right up and in onto Ander from Rival 6. Ander is right in front of you in that compound on the beach. It is time for some margaritas. Alright, let's go ahead and scroll on in just a little bit more. Does look like Papi Triste has come across. He's going to tell his team it's alright to come across, but he does have to pay attention that he's got Rival 6 right in front of him, and I believe Rival 6 has now just noticed that he is here, because yes, Rival 6 free point did notice him, and oh, all the way across that way he gets finished. And so they were watching for that coming across the way. So now let's see what else is going on. It does look like we got the Real Gunners Esports coming out of that Samhee area. Dauntless is starting to push up into Paradise, or Painan. Painan still has all four of them from Team Liquid right on down in there. I got somebody asking in my chat to check in on Ayala. There is Ayala. There he is, the gorgeous Ayala from Team Liquid. Alright, so let's see what else is going on, guys. We still have Noobs Esports down at the dock. They do need to come up and in. Let me turn that overlay off again for you. You can see that the Sentinels are trying to get into zone over here. Vi pushing right up and in, and he's going to run into Rival 6. Rival 6 just finishing off Papi Triste from Noobs Esports. And now Vi can hear Rival 6 right on the other side, but the rest of his team is getting into zone. They have made it into zone, but he knows, look at that, Free Point is right across the way, and Free Point is watching. Free Point is making sure that this gatekeep is successful. Look at this. He knows exactly where Fi is. So let's go. Let's check in on the rest of this now. It does look like the X-Force. X-Force, a full 4-man team at this point now. We do have Knight Ziegler. We've got Coal King not too far down the road. They are pepper spraying. I'm not sure what Winter is doing, but the horse is not going to help a whole lot on top of that. So now let's get on over to Fate. See what Fate is doing. Fate is trying to get those shots over onto Remix. Remix right across the way, taking these shots. And Angelo, he is also across the way. And we do have Coal Goat. Coal Goat is creeping up and in, not too far away from X-Force. You can see him right over here. And he does have a nade cooked. Oh, I thought he was going to cook that nade. 24K. 24K gets taken down. So now we got to get him picked back up. Another nade. Right up and over towards where 24K is. So now let's get over to 24K. As here comes the push by 9Z Glabot. 24K trying to hold off the push. And oh, Coal Goat pushing right up and in. So now we're down to just Fate. Fate trying to get those shots. Fate does get a knock. Did you get a knock onto someone, Fate? I thought I saw it, but no. All three of them from 9Z Glamont are still in this. So now we do have a fight going off between the Sentinels and Real Gunners. So let's get over to the Sentinels, find out what is happening right on top of this ridge where we lost some. Now let's get on over to Ander. See what Ander is doing. He's coming right up and over. Ander on that peak over the edge. A little too extended. And so now Rival 6 down to just Casper. Casper now does see Fi straight across the way. Ooh! Takes Fi's helmet right off his head, guys. So now we do have the Sentinels trying to finish off the rest of them. We got Jit and Fi right across from Casper. Casper trying to get those boosts off, trying to get as much heal as he can because he has lost zone. So we are in stage 3. He is facing off the duo between the Sentinels and the blue zone. What is Casper going to be able to do to get out of this? He does have the hill, the cave, all that at his back, but I don't see a vehicle as he turns. And now he knows that the Sentinels are splitting up, but look at that. Inco Gaming is coming up to join in on this. That is Inco Gaming in those vehicles that you hear. So now Inco Gaming is coming right up and in onto Jit. Jit is trying to stay down and out of the way as he is also trying to find where Ander is, or Casper is over here from Rival 6. Casper staying down and out of that as Inco Gaming back-to-back winner chicken dinners just left the scene. Oh, Jit finding Casper down in that edge. So now let's go ahead and scroll on in. We still have 12 teams in this. I'll take the overlay off one more time so you can get a good view of everything, where your teams are. We still have a solo from Entity coming from western edge of Painan. And we got Jit taking some shots. Let's see, who is Jit taking those shots at this time? Oh, Entity Psycho does get found, and I think he got found over here by Team Liquid. So Team Liquid is up to 5 eliminations. So let's go. We are headed to Painan and the hills to the east of Painan. So we have Dauntless coming in from that north side. We have straight out of Nepal, not too far away from Oblivion. And now 9Z Glabot over here in a fight with the back-to-back winner chicken dinners. McGrellin has been taken out though. Brunosen up to 2 eliminations as they are trying to get Remix in the vehicle, trying to spray him down. And Remix does not finish. So 7 taken out Remix. 9Z Glabot. But now here comes the Sentinels right up and over onto Inco Gaming. The nades are out. out, getting ready to get thrown over the top, but here comes straight out of NABS ball, straight out of Nepal, also coming in right over here from this edge. So now we do have, oh, Sun does get knocked by Inco 7. De Leon, here we go, straight on the ball. De Leon answers back with those nades, making the mini Warzone nade heaven over here. So 7 still throwing nades in every direction, and De Leon getting into this vehicle. And now, can we come on now, Mike Kelly from the seat swap. De Leon answering to Inco, stopping Inco from coming into these final zones as a full 4-man team straight out of Nepal. KC up to 3 eliminations on the back-to-back winner chicken dinners, finishing off Inco Gaming. We're down to the top 7 teams now, but straight out of Nepal does need to move on into the zone. We still have NABS Esports not too far away from Influence Gaming, and we still have a solo. But Tone is still over here taking those shots up the hill at straight out of Nepal. So now let's see, straight out of Nepal also, they are focusing down this hill onto where Baton is in this compound. All of them, it does look like maybe we're getting ready to get a push from straight out of Nepal down here. You can see Spence right across the way from Baton. But on top of the hill is Influence Gaming, and it does look like straight out of Nepal is headed a little bit further over. But now Influence Gaming also has to worry about the push coming in from NABS Esports. NABS Esports is down to just a duo themselves, and it looks like NABS are going to go ahead and rotate down under Influence Gaming. Influence Gaming right at the top of this hill, and they are in zone, and there are shots coming from every direction. And I think Federal knows that NABS Esports is down that hill right below him as he's trying to keep an eye on to him. So there's a lot of shots over, as we do have Dauntless not too far away from Team Liquid, and with the real gunners, Tempa and Nemo, the last two still standing for the real gunners Esports, trying to push their way across into zone. They are on the south side of the Pinean River as they're trying to get up that hill, the hill for Pinean, and I'm not sure he's going to be able to get Nemo picked back up or not, because we are in stage 5. We only have 1 minute left, and he does have to get across that bridge. So straight out Nepal also has issues trying to get into zone. They are being gate kept by Influence Rage, and so now De Leon, Mr. De Leon, trying to get up and into this, as here comes Baton coming out of that compound in a vehicle as well. And oh, straight out Nepal getting pepper spray from the top of the hill by Influence Rage. Influence Rage still up on top of that hill as Baton does go across and does run into Mythic from Team Liquid. So now let's get on over to what is happening over towards the Team Liquid area, because they are coming right up and into Dauntless, and straight out Nepal is having some issues trying to come right up and in. We just lost Spence, and KC is getting shot at. De Leon, oh, Influence Rage stopping straight out Nepal, push up the hill. And so now let's check in on Blaze. Blaze is trying to get anchored into the zone, but you already know Influence Rage at the top of this hill, kings of the hill, trying to make sure that any direction is covered. So now let's see. Oops, still right down below, keeping his head down, but he does have to move. He has to move out from behind this rock and up the hill onto Influence Rage. Let's go up here. Looks like we did lose Diego from Influence Rage, and they are coming right up all directions. So Influence Rage hanging on to the top of this hill in the southeast edge. A risky play if it does move across into Dauntless or into Team Liquid, pushing right up and into Dauntless over here. We do have Chief facing across right over here. Cheney down to 1 HP. Cheney was able to get that run off. We got nades coming up into the... Oh, and look at that. We do get knocked from that nade down on the Dauntless. But Chief trying to stay out of the spray as Dauntless is also trying to return the fire. Let's go over to Dauntless. Dauntless, let's see. We are still... I believe that is it for Dauntless. We are now down to the sole last 2 teams. So let's see if I can get us up and over so we can get a little better angle on what is happening without all these trees in the way. Let's go see what I can see for you guys. I'm not sure if we can get in through these trees or not. But we do have Influence Rage up at the top of the hill. And then we've got a split play down below between Team Liquid. We've got Chief. Oh, we've got a full 4-man team for Team Liquid. We do have Mythic on this off angle. But Influence Rage on top of the hill. They are in center zone. Look at this. We do have Team Liquid trying to creep up a little closer to Influence Rage. So let's see if we can get a better angle outside of these trees. These trees are very hard to navigate. Get a really good idea where all your players are. You can see that Influence Rage taking over the top of this hill as all the Team Liquid are trying to come up the hill. And I do hear a vehicle. We do have a player, 2 players in the vehicle going to go ahead and try to push up this hill, because we do have Influence Rage up at the top of this hill, and they are holding it down. They were able to get the distraction play. We do have some movement coming up from the duo. Look at Mythic and Chief. They are creeping up, and they are going to put the pinch onto Influence Rage at the top of this hill. So now here comes the rest of the nades. The nades. We got a mini war zone up here, and one of them from Influence Rage goes down. Little boy goes down. Law goes down, and so now we are down to Federal, and there it is, boys. Team Liquid coming in first. Let's see, they have 15 eliminations. Team Liquid with a 25 bomb going into tonight's final match. Influence Rage coming in second with 4 eliminations. And Dauntless coming in third with 7 eliminations. GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores. 4 through 6. 7 through 9. 10 through 12. 13 through 15, 16 through 18, going all out. Team Liquid Ayala, 5 eliminations, 876 damage. We'll be jumping with Ayala when we come right back for tonight's final match of Region 8 NABS. Be right back. To the north, and let's see, we do have a couple of teams right on top of each other. Let's see what's going on over here with Team 17. This is Team No Purpose, and they are coming right in on top of Team 12 Manic. You can see Team 12 Manic right there behind them in the upper right hand corner mini map, and I believe that was Team 9 down. No, Team 9 or 18. I'm not exactly sure. They are not cooperating with me. It is Entity, Team 18, right down below them. And while we watch this for just a minute, as we're going to the south, all the bumps and ridges and goofy terrain, hilltops, just to the south of our power grid, to the west of Gatto Mountain. You can see that no teams are in zone. Let me go ahead and put this. Oh, look at this. We do have the team up on top of their ridge line, but it does look like Africa, you have footsteps. They can hear your footsteps there coming up and around Africa down to about 5 8. Woo! Stars with that with that shot right up on top onto Team Art. Team Art up on top of that. And Team Art is also down in here. So Team Art on the 2-2 play. Oh, and there goes Entity Mr. Flash getting into the fight with Velocity. We can hear that fight not too far away. Off in the distance as well. TGIF, Sunshine, TGIF. Look at this. They're running in the wide open. Bang. Bang, he can see you from where he is. Let's see. Oh, couple boy, he can also see you. Let's see what is going on with Africa across the way. Let's check in on Africa, because Africa is getting pulled up on by all these players. He does get the knock and the elimination right on down. And ooh, I think they just took him out, but now Dauntless is in a fight. Dauntless is in a fight also with, let's see, where's this going on? I don't even know where to click on over. Let's see, let's just stay here for a minute. Let's check in on Manic over here. Vortex, are you the last one? No, Vortex and Dolphin? What is that? Dolphin. Oh my god, guys. I cannot read. My brain is just shot for today. Alright, so let's see what's going on over here with Team 8. We've got the Alaria fan club right over here with Dauntless. Manic Dolphin, because I finally figured that out. Let's go. We're going to stick with Dolphin because I'm an idiot. Alright, so let's see what's going on down here with Team 22. Team 22, who are you fighting with? Team 22 fighting with the Sinners. This is zero accuracy getting taken out. They're still out in the blue, headed up towards the west side of Picado. So let me scroll on in just a little bit. Get off of Dolphin because I can finally read your name. And Vortex trying to throw those smokes, trying to block the sights of Shu Young coming up and around that ridge line. You don't want Shu to be able to see you, but it is a little too late for that. So now we are down to one solo player over here for Manic, with the rest of Dauntless coming up and in, and it does look like it's going to try to come out of the back. Trying to get some of those shots over on the Dauntless, but Dauntless, all four of them, pushing right up and in, trying to stay out of the shots from the Alaria fan club. The Alaria fan club right here on the screen in the upper right, taking the shots, trying to third party right on down. He is down to 1 HP, and there he goes out to Claus one more time. Claus with the MG3. A very dangerous, very, very dangerous duo there. Claus and the MG3. No, thank you. Next lobby, please, is what I would be saying. Let's get on over to the iPad and scroll on in. Let me see what's going on. It looks like they're just still rotating, still trying to find their spot. There's not really any compounds in this. It's all terrain. So they're going to have to find the piece of terrain they want to defend. It is a defensive zone at this point. Trying to push up and over the tops of these ridges can really be detrimental to helmets. So we'll have to see what else is going on. What? I don't understand. I don't understand. Sorry. I will check your DM. Hello everyone, and welcome back to tonight's final match of Region 8 NABS, the $250 Best of the Americas. Ayala in the chat. Ooh, such a big fan, Ayala. We are on hard start. We are still loading in just a few more players. So let's hope that everybody is in their seat for tonight's final match. And we are headed to South America Erangel. So hold on to your seats. We will be taking off on our final flight in a matter of seconds. So let's go. Yes, let's go. We're on. Oh, they just said 1 minute. Somebody didn't get the codes on time. So what do you think? Ooh, Team Liquid Ayala, the last match top fragger, 5 elimination, 876 damage. We'll be jumping with him in just a moment. So it looks like Dauntless still missing Klaus. Let's see. We've got one of them from the Sentinels missing, one of them from the Real Gunners. I see you, Tempa. I see you in your seat. And we should be starting in the time now. Let's go. It looks like they might have started it up. It looks like we are defining our zone according to the top of my screen. They're saying we're starting, and they started it again. So let's go, Tempa. W Tempa. W Tempa, not Caster. W Tempa. Alright, oh, we did get X-Force, a full 4-man. We're still missing Dauntless Klaus. I'm not sure where Klaus is. Jean-Claus Van Damme. Ayala, our last match top fragger right there. So we're still missing just a couple of people. They keep saying they're going to start, but we haven't quite started just yet. Let's see. QZZ. Hello, QZZ. Alright. So they're saying we're starting, and then we don't. What do you guys think? I need to know in the chat who is going to win tonight. I did forget to put that. That's what I forgot to do, guys. That's what I forgot to do. Let me see, where is your copy link? I'm sorry, hotel. Join the Discord. Put the link up here. Enter. If you guys want to learn more about this, make sure you get over to the Discord server. I'm not sure if we'll have tonight's final match results or not, but let me get that up there. Let me get that up there. Green, you are the best. You guys make it like that. These are just absolutely incredible. It is just such an honor and a privilege to be able to cast these scrims. Hello, Dewey. Big fan, Dewey. Big fan, big fan. Here we go. We have 7 seconds, and I didn't even get over onto Ala. Here we go. The last match top fragger got there just in time. Let me get the overlay off, and we are coming in. This is tonight's final match. Coming in just to the north of Lipovka, the lower lip of the Bass Mouth, going across right between Mansion, Yasnaya, going across the top of school, between Pachinki, Ruins, and Geka, the triangle, and all along Mount Everest to this western coast. So they're going to end up all the way across the map. So there is tonight's final flight path. We are still jumping with Ayala. He has not left the plane yet, but let's scroll on in. We do have a cluster headed up towards the Yasnaya area. We have almost there X-Force, Oblivion, Inco Gaming, back-to-back winner chicken dinners from match 1 and 2, straight out of Nepal, headed down towards that farm area along with the wolves. So straight out of Nepal, and the wolves may run into each other over there. We've got Influence Rage headed over to the school. Ooh, I do see little boy from Influence Rage jumping with the Sentinels on that North Riverside. So that's something. We also have Rival 6 jumping with Dauntless over there. And Ayala, you can see he is jumping with NABS Esports. Ayala headed over towards that crates area, but it does look like Ayala is paying attention to what is happening over here. Let's see what's going on right there. Let me yes, the rivals. Oh, was that all Shu Young? Shu Young with the ace 32, just removing Rival 6 from tonight's final match. We did not come into this match with Klaus, but we do have almost there also in a fight. Let's see, this must be right on over here. Oh, it's up in Stauber. Stauber on fire right over here. Let's see, we do have almost there here with X-Force. Let me check in on. We've lost Fate and Winter, and now Robs has been knocked. So 24K, the sole survivor for X-Force, all of them right down below. We did get Winter, did knock one of them from almost there. And it does look like 24K is trying to make it across over towards Robs, but almost there is still pushing right up and in, trying to get those shots, and they do get him almost there, finishing him off. We do have Wolf up to 2 eliminations. Knight and Wiz also getting an elimination onto X-Force. We do have the 2 teams over here in Yasnaya, but Inkle Gaming are on the south side with Oblivion to the north. So now let's go over to the Royals of War. We do have one of them knocked over here. We are down to just Victex. Victex does have the S12 trying to come up and around the corner. Onto Dom. Dom. Oh, Dom trying to pre-fire that wall. Victex finishing that off. And now let's see. We do have the rest of Entity Gaming. Entity Gaming trying to come up as Victex is trying to pick up Crush. You can hear all of Entity Gaming trying to come up and into third party this fight. I see at least 3 of them on the screen across from Victex and the nades. We have sticky bombs going off. Victex throwing that nade right out that window. Does get some damage over onto Entity Gaming, and oh, Royals of War. Royals of War on this third party by Entity Gaming. Entity Gaming will continue on as a full 4-man team, but look at this, the Golden Fire. They are not done with this. They are in position watching over this. They may get some of these. They may get some of these knocks. Oh, I see one of them coming right up and in. So let's go. We're down to the last 15 teams. 15 brutal teams. I see we got straight out of Nepal. Spence right on over here. He is coming up onto a solo from the Golden Eagles. That is Star straight across him. And here comes another one from the Golden Eagles coming right up and along. Spence holding his fire. Not going to take the shots. Not going to give his position away. Or yes, he is. Take those shots over onto Star. It's going to be Star trying to get on out of there. The rest is straight on the paw, fairly far from them. They're all coming their way, but here comes the rest of the Golden Eagles as well. And now Entity in that fight with the Golden Fire. The Golden Fire pushing right back up and into this, and look at that. Slaughter coming in on this angle, trying to get those shots up and in onto Entity Gaming. Slaughter did get an elimination. I do believe it was onto Entity, and now is Entity gonna come back to the compound? Slaughter trying to get those shots, and here they come, pushing right up and into Slaughter. Slaughter does get some damage over onto Nexus OP, but Nexus OP answers with the DBS. Now let's see, straight out of Nepal over here in this fight, as here comes, ooh, that was brutal right on down below. We do have the Golden Eagles right up and over on top of it, and we do have De Leon and Spencer both knocked, and look at that. Wolf trying to get those angles right up and in onto straight up onto the Golden Eagles. Lizard right on that other side. That May coming right up. Oh, Wolf just barely missed and made himself, and now it is a 1v1 over here between Wolf and Lizard, and oh, the Golden Eagles taken out by straight outta Nepal. So now we will be able to get straight on Nepal back up onto their feet. Spence in bad shape, down to about 1 HP, does get revived. So now it is just De Leon. So straight on Nepal in good position, because straight on Nepal does not have anybody in their map. They don't have anybody on this eastern edge. It does look like the majority are on this western side of the map. Let's get over here to Nanziglaban. Yes, here comes the wolves. The wolves coming up on all four sides of Riz does get found by his guard and taken down by Baton, coming right up and in, but now you can see that they are still out and around, still driving in the rest of 9Z It does not look like they're going to be pushing up into this compound, but we do have Entity Gaming, Nexus OP coming up, listening to that third party. He is in the nade shack right to the north side of this compound, and he is getting pulled back by his team. His team is saying no, but look at this over here on the top of Mount Everest. We do have Dauntless right over here. Dauntless with, which team was that? It is Team Liquid. Let's put Ayala, the last match tops fragger, the king of Mount Everest. Alright, what else is going on? Influence Rage. Dauntless coming right up and into Influence Rage at the clubhouse. Dauntless trying to get down and around. Don't forget that Dauntless came in as a trio, so Dauntless already has a handicap. It's Shu Young trying to get across the golf course in that. Oh, Diego finding Shu. So now Dauntless is down to just a duo, as Influence Rage still looking for the last of Dauntless. And now Noobs Esports is not too far away either. You can see that Noobs Esports is coming up and in. They've heard all of this, and now they are taking the shots. And what is happening is, yes, Chiny trying to get in and across. Law trying to chase him down, and now Law trying to get those shots over onto Blaze. What a shot from Diego over onto Blaze, and Law and Diego finishing that off. But we do have a sole survivor from Dauntless. Cheney headed to that north side as Influence Rage now going towards zone, and their zone is going down between farm and this western edge. So the west bridge right on over here. Cold King just finishing off one of them, and I believe it might have been one from Dauntless. Look at this. And here comes Remix on the backside, and they are pushing right up and in. His wolves are in that compound. In the Baton, and here comes Wancho trying to push right up and in. Wancho gets taken down as well. Who took Wancho down? Remix with it. Ooh, but now we do have Noobs Esports up on top of that ridgeline, trying to get those shots down and in. Pepe Driste, you've got a gas tank right next to your car. Look at that. Oops, down to about 5 HP. As Cat God is already on the push right down in here with 9Z Glavan. And here comes the Nathan. Oh, Cat God gets found from Entity from across the way. Hunter in that prone spray trying to get those shots down into the third party. Patrick Driste still pushing up with his squad into 9Z Glavan. Oh, the pepper spray from Entity from behind, and now it does look like we are down to just a solo, and he's gonna go ahead and leave right on out of there. 9Z Glaban now paying attention right up the hill onto Entity Gaming. Entity Gaming does get off that ridgeline, and they are headed over and out of the line of sight, getting quite a bit of damage and eliminations from that third party. We still have the Real Gunners Esports right downtown Pachinki as our zone is getting ready to pop. We still have 12 teams in this, but look at all of this chaos over here on top of Potato Hill. So Potato Hill does have 3 teams up here straight out in that ball, almost there, and the Sentinels, they're all trying to push in the zone. They're trying to come from the north to the south. You can just now see zone popping up on the mini map below. We do have an anchor from straight out in Nepal in that zone, so he is going to end up with all these teams over here in the western farm area. You can see almost there Wiz trying to get down and around Spence, trying to get into position over onto this side as we do have, oh, that spray from Wolf over onto the solo from NABS Esports. So now we are up to 5 eliminations, and we do have our spot in zone. So now let's get back over here to Gutsy God. Gutsy God, they are right over here at the 12 pack on this cliff edge, and they are right on the edge of zone beneath 9Z Glabant and Entity Gaming. They are just a duo on this ridgeline, but they've got Dauntless right behind them. So Dauntless may have that angle right up on top of them. Oblivion coming in right to the west of where Team Liquid is coming in into zone now. Let's put the last match top fragger on your screen one more time tonight. It is at Ayala. Team Liquid. Ooh, I feel like they may know that there's a duo right down in those one stories. And let's see, I feel like they're moving around. You can see their positioning. They are separating out. Ayala getting ready. Oh yes, it is Oblivion, and here comes the push right up and in. Ayala trying to get that opening nade knock. Make it in. Look at that. It gets Reaper down to 1 HP. Reaper. But now here comes the return fire. But it is the return fire from Inco Gaming. Inco Gaming coming up and in to get into this third party fight. As Ayala gets taken down, and Reaper down to 1. Oh, Reaper gets taken out, and so does Ayala on that push, because Inco Gaming does get into all of this. Inco Gaming got Ayala down to about 5 HP before he got the push into the S12K. The S12K sandwich delivered personally. Alright, so now Team Liquid. Ooh. The spin out of the tire, but we've also got Tempa. Real Gunners Esports Tempa coming out of Pachinki, also trying to get away from that fight between Team Liquid and Inco Gaming. Now don't forget, Inco Gaming did win the first and second match of tonight, but they won the first Pachinki match. Straight out in Nepal, coming right over here in between all these teams, coming right up and into almost there. Spence driving right into almost there. Where is Wolf? Gutsy God's gonna be able to get back up. Wolf on that seat swap, trying to come in. Gutsy God still trying to hold off the push in on from straight out in the ball. Straight out in the ball. Does get taken down and out by all the different players in this zone already. And we do have Remix. Oh, I was just saying Remix creeping up. Remix with that nade over onto almost there after the push by straight out in Nepal right into that same dip. But now Remix is the center of attention by Entity Gaming as we're pushing right up and in. Really close over here towards the 12 pack. We've got the Western Bridge, we've got the Western gas station, and we've got Inco Gaming yet in another fight over here. Inco Gaming with Team Liquid. Mythic what is going? Oh, there goes Mythic. Right as I said that, we're down to the top. 7 teams still remaining in this final match of tonight. The final match of the Region 8 NABS. I think you can see that over the top of that. You can see that we still have the teams spread out everywhere. The real gunners coming in. We do have Team Liquid coming in. We've got Dauntless settled in zone. We have the Sentinels settled in zone 9. Ziglabon, Entity, Inco Gaming. Inco Gaming taking over this whole northern side, and we still have 7 teams. 1, 2, 3, yeah, we got all 7. So let's go back over to the gas station area. This is the very southwestern edge of zone, so we are just seconds away from the next zone popping, and these teams will get crushed in on one more time. Let's check in on Entity Gaming, see what they're keeping an eye on. You know that they're right across from them. We've got McGrellin Hunter trying to take off McGrellin's helmet on that lighthouse ridgeline to the south of Pachinki. So let's see. It doesn't look like Inco Game is going to be popping over the top of that just now. Everybody waiting for zone to pop now. Let's go ahead. Let me take this off the screen for a second so you guys can really see where everyone is. I know that 9 Ziglabon is covered up when I open it up, but as you guys know, I cannot move this map. So let's go ahead and put that back up there before I forget. So where is the rest of their zone? Look at the zone. Let me do that one more time. The zone popping. So we do have 9 Ziglabon right on that eastern edge. We've got Team Liquid on the western edge. Dauntless south, and all of Inco has to come down, and Entity has to come out of this compound. And we do have Inco Gaming paying attention to where they are going. So I'm not sure what Entity's game is going to be trying to come on in, but let's go ahead and head across over here, because you know that Inco is paying attention to where Entity is. They know Entity has to come out of that. And let's go. Let's see. Ooh, we do have a fight right on down here. Let me get this back up here. I did not mean to click that, guys. There we go. 9 Ziglabon. Look at your mini map above. We've got 9 Ziglabon over here in a fight with Team Liquid. We also have the other teams. They are all starting to push right up and in. We also have Real Gunners Esports not too far away. And look at this, Real Gunners Esports coming right up and down to Brunosen gets taken down and out by the Real Gunners Esports. Nemo pushing right up and in. But here comes McGrellin on the answer, coming right along towards this nade shack. McGrellin keeping an eye right across. He knows that there's one that is knocked. We got Tempa on that off angle. We still have the top 6 teams in this. Tempa trying to cover for his teammates. Also in the nade shack, but Tempa is in zone. Inco Gaming is coming in from that north side. So now let's get over here and find out what is happening along this way. As we've got 9 Ziglabon trying to hold off. Team Liquid still pushing right up into the 12-pack. You can see Chief up on top of the rock. Oh, Chief has Tempa right in his 3x scope. So Tempa, wherever you come out, Chief is just trained on you. It is tunnel vision onto Tempa. Alright, so now, ooh, somebody else has tunnel vision down onto Tempa. So Tempa, you have 2 3x scopes right at you. Angelo, I don't think you can get a shot through that window. I'm just saying. Alright, so guys, Tempa is in serious bad shape if he tries to come out of that nade shack, because there are several shots going his way. Alright, we do have the Sentinels right over in here. Everybody being really quiet. We are just 20 seconds away from our next zone shift. So we do have Inco up at that north. Let's get that over here. We have Inco up at the north. We have Entity. Entity was able to come along into those hills from that Sunnydale vacation spot. We've got the Real Gunners across the street. Oh, horrible shift across the street for the Real Gunners. So now the Real Gunners have to push across the street and up the hill into zone right in front of Team Liquid, who we already know Chief is still trained on Tempa. Look at this. He still has his sights over onto Tempa. He has not given up. And then we've got Vitali across the way, also trained down onto Real Gunners Esports. These three players, oh, I don't know how they're going to get into this zone, but we'll have to see what they're going to think, because the zone is getting ready to pop in just seconds. It does look like they're getting ready to come on out. And does Tempa make it out of that shack? Because we know that Chief is not going to let him get into that car. Look at this, Tempa. Tempa, keep your head down. Oh, Tempa gets into the car. Chief taking those shots, but it's Tempa down to about 5 HP. Tempa driving right into the cross, down to 1 HP. Tempa coming up along that ridge, does make it into zone. Even with Chief having his eyes right on top of him, we still have 5 teams in this, and now 9 Zeke Labont also in the fight. Let's get over to the Coal Goat. 9 Zeke Labont up to 13 eliminations. We are down to the top 5 teams now. So now let's get on over and find out what is happening as Entity trying to push right up and in on top of this hilltop into Inco Gaming. Psycho! Oh, Psycho getting taken down and out by the McGrellan. So now we are down to the top 4 teams, and we are still going over to the 12-pack. We do have this ridge line up over here, but look at Remix over here. Remix up to 6 eliminations has Team Liquid held off, Team Liquid trying to get into the zone. It looks like we've got a couple of Team Liquid down in the water, trying to swim all the way across the way. It is a solo. He is not in the water. He is on the ridgeline, but I don't know what he's going to be able to do on this ridgeline. Just hope for the best at this point, because this ridgeline does not play. So now let's go ahead and scroll on in just a little bit more. We do have Inco Gaming up on the hilltop. We do have the Sentinels in the first of the 6-pack. Oh, here comes the push. Let's get over to Fi. Fi knows that the push is coming in from Inco. He's taking those shots right up and over. There's Vitali right above him. And we also have 7. 7 was the top fragger of tonight. Let's see, and Fi take off the helmet of Vitali. Vitali down to about half health now, and we are down to the final 9 players of tonight's Region 8 NABS. This is North America's best scrims. We have got the America's best teams, so let's go. Let's see what we are doing up on top of this ridgeline. It looks like 7 over here. Just keeping an eye right on down McGrellan, trying to get those nades right up and in onto Flo. You can hear Flo's footsteps right on in there. And those nades, Flo is answering, and now Inco is pushing. Ooh, 7 gets knocked from 9 Zeke Labont from across the way. 9 Zeke Labont, and now everybody has to push on over one more time. We are still going over towards, oh, Fi. Fi has all these players coming right up and in right on top of them. You can see that we got Team Liquid down in that backside, but let's go. Let's see if we can pull on back just a little bit. All of 9 Zeke Labont right in the compound, right to the south of where Fi. Woo, we got stuck there for a second. And we've got Inco Gaming right across, coming up along this ridgeline. Let's see if we can back up just a little bit more. We are down to the final 8. Don't forget that we've got Team Liquid down on that edge, but he is in zone. If you look up here, you can see in the mini map he is still in zone. He's in the water swimming, and now we are down to the top 3. 5 from the Sentinels, not able to hold off the squeeze play by Inco Gaming, and 9 Zieglerbond, and look at that, Vitali with the nade over onto Colgo. It is now up to Angelou, and we've got Remix. Remix looks like he may be trying to get Colgo picked back up, but here comes a nade by McGrellin. That nade right on top of Colgo, and so now Remix and Angelou, the last 2 remaining for 9 Zieglerbond. Don't forget about Team Liquid in the water. We still have a fish way out in the water. We are down to a 2v2. We've got Inco versus 9 Zieglerbond right over here in the north side of the 12-pack, the front 6. So now let's go back up just a little bit more. So now let's see. We do have McGrellin. McGrellin's down in the car. It looks like he's going to move the car back into zone. In the zone, we only have 43 seconds left. And McGrellin does take quite a bit of damage. And let's see. Looks like they're going to come right up and in there. All being really careful. I don't know if they know that Team Liquid is all the way across the way. They do. Oh, we have a trio from Inco. I missed it. We had 7 right on down below as well. He was down below us that whole time. So now we do have Inco versus 9 Zieglerbond and the fishy. The fish right on over there. So we've got 4 seconds before stage 9, and then no more zones. It'll just collapse in on itself. So we know that this fight is about ready to take off, and we do have McGrellin out driving around. Are you drifting, McGrellin? Are you drifting? Alright, looks like, oh, he got Team Liquid. Team Liquid came up along that shoreline. So now we are down to the final 2 teams of tonight's Region 8 NABS. Don't forget to click that link I've got pinned at the top. Get over to their Discord server so you know what is happening next. Thousands of dollars in tournaments, scrims, and NABS. If you want to join these NABS events, you need to be in their server. And look at that. Oh, the nade coming in from across the way. Remix cooking 1 more nade up, and we're down to 6 seconds in stage 9. And none of Inco have started healing up just yet. They are all down in the red. So I don't know if Inco Gaming has any meds left, but you can see that 9 Zieglerbond, they are fully healed. So let's see if we can get a little better angle over onto this. The nades are now really coming out. We do have a nade coming from 7 up into 9 Zieglerbond. We no longer have any more zones, and Remix pushing right up and in, just barely missing that. Remix facing off with McGrellin, both of them with nades, all 4 of them with nades right down in this, and now it is just down to Angelou. Angelou, the last one, still standing. 4. Oh, there it goes. Inco Gaming. 3 winner chicken dinners tonight. Let's see what these scores look like. Inco Gaming coming in first with 12 points, 12 eliminations, 22 total points for the final match of tonight. 9 Zieglerbond. Remix with 6 eliminations. We got 14 total eliminations for 9 Zieglerbond. Coming in third, Team Liquid with 5 eliminations. GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores. 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, 16 through 18, going all out. 9 Zieglerbond. Remix. 6 eliminations, 932 damage. Let me see if we're going to have the scores tonight. And give me 2 seconds. I will be right back. In a momento after this match. Alright, so now let's get on in here. Get back on over. It does look like we've got a fight going down in that southeast edge. So let's see if we can get in here. Down into that fight, if we could get in. Eventually. It looks like it's Team Art right on over here. Oh, I think we're almost in here, guys. Alright. Ooh, right on over here. Dauntless versus Oblivion Esports. Oblivion Esports. I see you. And you do have all the Dauntless coming right up and in. So the fight that was down in that southeast corner is over now. But let me show you the terrain they're working with. So this is the terrain if you're not used to this part of Miramar. You have most of the Alari fan club right up and over here, Team 8. You can see that Team Art is down below. We do have the Sinners even further down, and then across the way we do have Team 9 Oblivion all right there with Dauntless. And I do see we have Golden Fire. We've got a solo right across there. I don't know if you can see him or not, but it is very difficult to see, so I'll go ahead and put the map back up to give you an idea of where everyone is. Icy is now the last one still standing. And Klaus. No. Right when we got off of Icy, we did it. Here we go with Klaus one more time. Klaus trying to spray down Team 16. The Sinners is there in that rotation going down to that southwest edge. Oh, Klaus is still spraying them down. Oh my God, it's Anuj! Hello, Anuj. And now we do have Team 8, Alaria Fan Club, up on top of that ridgeline. And they do have direct flight over onto Klaus. Klaus is in the sand ghillie suit with the MG3. Terrifying. This is like the scariest story of Miramar. Alright, let's get on over and check in on what Koala Dubs, hello, just hanging on out, surviving for Yumikai. We do have 4 teams back in here. Thank you everyone for coming out to tonight's first of many NABS. This is Region 8. Oop, let me get that picture out there for you. There we go. And we'll go ahead and take that off, make it all clean. That's a little better. Region 8 NABS, $250. This is America's best teams. We've had Team Liquid, we've had Influence Rage, you've seen Inco Gaming win 3 winner chicken dinners. We've had the Wolves, 9 Ziegler. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's matches. Click the link I have pinned up at the top and it'll take you over to the Region 8 server and you can find out who won tonight's matches. Thank you everyone for coming out and supporting Region 8 and me and all of these amazing teams. I hope you had a great night. Stay safe and I will see you soon. Good night everyone.